Hi guys, now we are going to see the topic about the preprocessor in C programming language. Now let us see what is meant by preprocessor and what purpose it is used. See, the preprocessor, it is a program, that is it is also a software. It is used to process our program before it passed to the compiler. Already you know built process, how our program were built. See, at very first we will write the source code, that is our program in the editor. After finishing the program, we will save that program with the extension .c. The file with the extension .c is the source code which is created by ourselves. After creating the program, this program very first passed to the preprocessor. After that, the preprocessor will get our source code as a input, and the preprocessor will process our program and generate the expanded source code. That is, depending upon what are the preprocessor directives used in our source code, depending upon that, source code which we have created will be expanded, and this preprocessor will generate the expanded source code with extension .l. After that only this expanded source code were passed to the compiler. So before our source code passing to the compiler, this preprocessor will process our program and expand our program. See, now let us see first here, very first, this is the source code, our source code. That is the program which we have written in the editor, it is known as the source code. We will save our source code with the extension .c. This file will have the extension .c, file name and .c. See, at very first pass, the source code were passed, pass 1 or first pass. It is passed to where preprocessor. After passing our source code to the preprocessor, it generate file, that is expanded source code. This file will have extension with .l. Next, these expanded source code were passed to where compiler. After that, this compiler will get this expanded source code as a input. After that, it generates the assembly code. Next, this assembly code were passed to assembler. After that, this assembler will create object code, that is relocatable object code is generated by assembler, and this code, object code, is passed to where it is passed to the linker. After this, linker will generate the executable file. This executable file will have the extension .exe. This exe file only will run in the system. exe.exe. This and all built process. Let us assume, suppose if you are creating a file here, this is the editor. Here, if you are creating a file, very first C program we will use the preprocessor directive. See, program line which start from hash symbol is known as the preprocessor directives. So at very first, when we are including the library file, here we will use this hash symbol. After that, by using inclusive directive, that is preprocessor directive, we will include the header file. That is standard built-in functions were included to our source code. So here include stdio.h. Let us assume here. Next, include this also header file conio.h. Next, void main after set of instructions and completing our program. See, now let us take this program. My program, this program name is, let us assume, sample.c. I have stored this name as sample.c. After saving this program at the build process, at very first our source code is, this is the very first pass passed to the where preprocessor. This one is first pass. So this preprocessor will get our source code as a input. After, what purpose we are using this preprocessor? This preprocessor were used for generating the expanded source code. See, the role of the preprocessor is, after getting this source code, it will check what are the preprocessor directives which start from as symbol. Suppose if the program line start from as symbol, this line will be processed by the preprocessor. How it process? This is file inclusive directive. That means depending upon the preprocessor directive include in our source code, the file will be expanded. See, here totally we have included two header files. Suppose if you are taking another one, include string.h. So here totally three preprocessor directives we have used. See, the program line which start from as symbol is known as preprocessor directives. Here our source code will be expanded as per the preprocessor directives used in our source code. Here totally three preprocessor directives used. So depending upon that, here it will include that library files to where our source code, and it gives the expanded source code with the extension .l. After that, this expanded source code is passed to the compiler. This is the main thing. Now we are going to see about the preprocessor. See here, now let us see the preprocessor directives. Types of preprocessor directives. Here, first one, macro definition. This is one type. Macro definition or macro expansion. Second one, file inclusion. File inclusion already we know. This and all include stdio. There were two types. We can include the, that is we can include the standard library files, that is predefined files to our, that is the header file to our source code. And second type is we can create our own file, and that is user defined file. We can include that user defined file into our source code. We can create a file and we can store that file in our local directory. After, when we need that file, we can include that file by using this file inclusion. We can include that file to our source code. So this is one type. And the third one, conditional compilation. And fourth one, miscellaneous directives. Four types of preprocessor directives. Now let us see one by one. See here, very first one is macro definition, that is macro expansion. First type, that is very first preprocessor directive is here macro macro expansion or macro definition. The syntax of the macro expansion is here. Here very first this as symbol, because already you know the preprocessor directive start with as symbol. So here as symbol, after that here define. For macro expansion we should use this as symbol and define. Next here this is known as macro template. Here we can define the macro template. After that here macro expansion. This is the definition. See, for example, here define first as symbol, after that define, here macro template. Suppose if I am using PI. See, if you use capital letter, then it will be very easy. It accept any, it is not case sensitive, it accept any case. Here for macros, mostly we will use the capital letters. Here PI, this is pi value. See, in our program, I am going to specify the pi value to the macro template PI. See, the macro expansion is 3.14. That is, what is the pi value? In mathematics, pi value is 22 by 7. See, for 22, instead of giving 22 by 7, we can directly give the values to the macro templates. So in our program, wherever we call the PI, that is macro template, there this value, that is macro expansion value, that is 3.14 will be replaced. See, now let us see a simple example here. Here if we want to find the, now let us take a simple program. If you want to find the area of the circle, what is the area of the circle? Area of the circle is, the formula is pi r square. So if you want to find not only that area of some other object also, for each and every time if you are using pi value, then we should use the 22 by 7. Instead of that, here we can directly give the value to the macro template, and whenever we need that pi value, there if you declare or if you mention the macro template, that enough, automatically the expansion value, that is macro expansion, this value will be replaced to macro template where we had used inside the program. See, now let us see the program. See, in this way we should define. See here, this macro expansion definition, there were two types. First one is simple macro. This and all simple macro. First one simple macro, and second one macro with argument. See, macro with argument, we should give the argument values to the macro expansion. That we will see next. Here very first, now let us see about this simple macro. In simple macro, just we are defining the macro template and expansion. First one. See, this program is used. Now we are going to see, find the area of the, let us keep circle here. By using the simple macro, we are going to define the pi value, and we are including the macro template inside our source code, and let us see how it's work. Here this program used to illustrate simple macro. Here very first, as usual, header files. See, here This is file inclusion. In the macro types, 4 types we have seen. This one is comes under the directive file inclusion. This one comes under where? First macro definition part, that directives. This is these were the 2 types of directives. Next here void main. Next here I am declaring the variable. First the data types of this variable is float. Next here area, and for circle we need radius. So here I am declaring RAD. Totally 2 variable I have declared. Next here this one float data type. So while getting the input you should use %f. Next I am going to display the float data. So here I am using %f. After that this area answer. This is very simple program. Here I am defining this one. This is important. You know this one very first part, this PI, it is known as macro template. This one is known as macro expansion. Here where and all we are calling the macro template, there this expansion, macro expansion, that is this value will be replaced to that template. So here I am mentioning this macro template here. So here 3.14 will be replaced here. This you should remember. Next, now let us see about the output. See here very first here I have declared the 2 float variable area and RAD. Next here printf, enter the radius of the circle. In the display screen it will ask. Here if you are giving 10, then this 10 it will stored to where? RAD variable. After here area is equal to, in this area PI, this value is 3.14. During the pre-processing time, at the first phase, it process this value. Here area is equal to 3.14 into, and now RAD value. This RAD value, that is how much I have stored, 10 into 10, totally 3.14 into 100. Finally the result 314 will be stored to area. And at this step we have calculated the area. Next here printf, the area of the circle is equal to, the output will display like this. Here what is the area? 314. This is the output. So this one is the simple macro. See here in the macro definition, if you are defining the macro template and you are assuming some values, we can globally we can access at anywhere in our program. We can access that directive in anywhere in our program because this one is global. Next, let us see about the macro with the argument. Now we are going to see this program is used to illustrate macro with argument. Here some important rules we should know. See, when we are declaring the argument, this argument should be given within the parenthesis, then only it will give the accurate answer. So suppose if you are not using the parenthesis, then it will gives the wrong answer. See, now let us see a simple example. Suppose if you are not using parenthesis, then how the result will occur. Now we will see this one. Here you are defining the macro. So here define, next here macro template. Let us assume square. Here this is the argument. Here I am passing the argument x. Next here this is argument. Next macro definition part. Here I am, after getting that x, suppose if I need to multiply this x with 2 times for square, I am telling. See, next here void main. After that, see here open brace. Next here I am declaring the variable. At very first we should give the data type. So here the data type is, let us assume, integer. Next here num, for getting the number I have declaring the variable as num. Next answer, this variable is used to get the result. Next here printf, enter a number. Next see, suppose if you are giving like this 100 divided by, here my macro name is here, macro template name is here sq divided by sq uare. This is in small letter, this is also right. See, this is the better way for macro. If you are giving in capital letter, then that is we can easily identify that we have defined as macro. So here sq, let us assume the macro name as sqr. Here capital letter S Q R of, here inside I am passing the value num. Next here I am telling to print this answer. See here, listen carefully this one. See, when we are passing this argument, here it will consider like this, so it will shows the error. Here for in this macro definition part, here this argument I have not closed with the parenthesis, so here the error will occur. Let us see how it's work. Very first in the output, here it will ask enter the number. Suppose if you are giving the value as 2, then this 2 will be stored to where the variable num. Next in this step it will work like this. Here I am telling to find the answer, that is answer is equal to, here 100 next divided by macro name sqr. After that I am passing the value, that is NUM. Here the argument value is I am passing NUM. So what is the value of NUM? Here I have given it as 2. So here I am passing the value 2. See, while processing it will take like this. This is the definition. Here x into x. So it will take like this. Answer is equal to 100 next divided by this part x into x. What is the parameter I am passing 2? This 2 will be multiplied 2 times. See, this definition part only work here, that is x into x. 2 into 2. See here answer is equal to 100 divided by this macro name. I am passing the value 2. After passing here this 2 will be passed to where? X. So here this by definition I am telling it to multiply 2 times. So this will become like this. Here after getting the value, this value is multiplied by 2 times. This is the definition part. Here in this part it will take like this, 100 divided by 2, first 150, next into 2. So finally the answer will be stored like this, 100 will be stored to ANS. So this one is wrong. So without mentioning the parenthesis, if I am giving the argument, then the result will be wrong. So definitely compulsorily when we are assigning the argument, at that time we should assign that argument within the parenthesis. So this one wrong. Here you see here first one here argument without parenthesis, the output will be wrong. So compulsorily we should use the parenthesis. See next, suppose here if I am using the parenthesis here, now let us see how it's work. See at very first it's same way. Here it will ask enter a number. Here suppose if you are giving 2, let us take the same one. Here answer is equal to 100 divided by this one macro name, that macro template is SQR. Here inside I am passing this NUM, that is NUM value is 2, I am passing the 2. So here after passing this, next step here without parenthesis before I had used, but now I am using the parenthesis in the definition part. So here this parenthesis will be included to argument here. So now in this step, that is 100, this is separate one, it will not divide because within the parenthesis that value will be calculated separately. So 100 divided by next 2 into 2, that is 4. The result is how much here? 25. So the answer 25 is stored to here. The result 25 is stored to the variable ANS. Now at last next here it will print answer is equal to how much? 25. See, here also, if it is single value, then it is okay. Otherwise, this will also show the error. See, here we are passing the value single value 2. See, suppose if you are passing the value in expression, suppose in arithmetic expression we are using some with arithmetic operator. By help of the arithmetic operator, if we are using giving the values, suppose 3 plus 1 or 3 minus 1, 4 plus 1, like that. If you are giving the number in that expression, then here it will shows the error. See, here we are using mainly this scanf function. This scanf function, it is used to get the single value only. If it is single value, no problem, this answer will be correct. Suppose without using scanf, if you are directly giving the input, that is giving the argument value as expression value, that is 3 plus 1, then it will shows the error. See here, second step, this one. In the argument, if you are getting single input with common parenthesis, suppose if you are using the common parenthesis, after that inside here you are passing the single value, means it is okay. Suppose here if you are giving like this, if you are not using the scanf function, without using scanf function, if you are giving some expression values, then it will shows the error. See here no need NUM. If you are giving directly like this, here I am declaring the variable ANS. What type? This one integer type. Here ANS is equal to, suppose if you are dividing the number 100 divided by, next suppose if you are passing 3 plus 1, that is it should take 4, but what how this output will come, let us see now. Here we should give this macro name SQR of, inside I am passing, instead of single value, here I am passing 3 plus 1. So this x will hold the values how much? 3 plus 1. So SQR of here 3 plus 1. So this x hold the value 3 plus 1. Next in this step, now tell me here 100 divided by, in the definition part, x into x, that is here within open brace, what is the value of x? That is 3 plus 1, because I have passed this 3 plus 1 to x. After getting the value 3 plus 1 in the x, next in this definition part, in this part, here it will split like this, 3 plus 1 into next 3 plus 1. Here this one, how it tokenize, here 100, after that divided by next 3 plus, here this will take the priority, very first here this multiplication, 1 into 3, these two will be multiplied. Next here 3 plus 1 into 3, 3, next plus 1, after that plus symbol 100 divided by 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. So the result is how much? 14. because this is integer value, it will not take the point value. So here the answer will be 14. Here it will display like this, answer is equal to 14. Otherwise, let us take the same example. Previously we had given the value as 2. So here now let us take this one 1 plus 1. Suppose if you are giving the value 1 plus 1 like this, if you are giving. Next here, after giving the 1 plus 1, this x will take the value 1 plus 1. Next after that, here 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, because x hold the value 1 plus 1. Now 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. So here 100 divided by here 1 plus 1 into 1 1, next plus 1. So totally here 100 divided by 3, this answer will be 33. So this is also wrong. 33 point something, because as it is integer value, it takes the 33 only. This is wrong. Suppose if you are giving 1 plus 1 2 means here 2 into 2 4, 100 divided by 4, answer should be 25. This is right. But here if you are giving 1 plus 1 like this expression, if you are giving arithmetic operator, if you are passing the value 2 value like this, then here also the error will occur. So with the common parenthesis, if it is a single value means argument value means no problem. If you are giving like this, the arithmetic expression, if you are giving the multiple values, then here the result output will be false. So here this is also wrong way. Here the answer will how much? 33. If you are passing like this, then here the answer will be 33. So this result also wrong. So third step, for each and every individual argument, use the parenthesis for each and every individual arguments, then it will be right. So here if you are giving, instead of specifying like this in the definition part, suppose if you are giving within parenthesis for each and every argument, you should specify within the parenthesis, open and close parenthesis. This is the right. If you declare like this, the third one is right. Here in the second one, okay, other words, this is first one. Second one, using arithmetic expression, like 3 plus 1. In this way, if you are giving the input, then here it will be wrong. So if you are using the parenthesis for each and every individual argument, with if you are mentioning within the parenthesis, then it will give the accurate answer. So here now let us see the same one. Here answer is equal to 100 divided by SQR of 1 plus 1. Suppose if you are giving like this, here 100 divided by SQR of 1 plus 1. Here in the SQR I am passing the value 1 plus 1, that is x value hold the 1 plus 1. Here this x will hold the value 1 plus 1. So here 100 divided by SQR of 1 plus 1. Here for each and in the definition, every argument I had given within the parenthesis. So for each and every x value is 1 plus 1. So for each and every x value, this parenthesis also included, that is inside. 1 plus 1, next into this x hold the value 1 plus 1 within the parenthesis, next into next this x value it hold within the parenthesis, this x value is 1 plus 1, so within the parenthesis 1 plus 1. So here each and every parenthesis value is individual set. So here I am multiplying this left 1 plus 1, that is 1 2 into here 1 plus 1 is 2. So here 100, this is one set and this is one set. In between middle this one is multiplication symbol. If you are using this is the proper way, this is the right way. So here 2 into 2, the answer is 4, and finally here 100 divided by 4, that is, what is the value? 25. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So and finally here answer is equal to next 25. This is the right way. We should use parenthesis in this way. Then if you are using this parenthesis like this, then no problem. If you are giving the value single value, then also no problem. If you are giving the value in expression like this 1 plus 1 or 3 plus 1 like that, by help of this arithmetic operator, if you are using the expression like this and you are giving the input like this, then the proper answer will be stored. So always this and all the rules we should remember. What purpose we are using this macro with argument? For instead of this we can use the function also. This process can be done by help of the function also. Then why we should use this macro? See, what is the difference between this macro and the function? Here macro, here the execution speed is very fast when we are comparing to the function. The execution speed is very fast when we are comparing to the function. And second one, memory. When we are checking the memory, here it occupies large volume of memory when we are comparing to the function. See, because already we get seen, depending upon the preprocessor directives used in our source code, it expand our source code. So here in macro, the memory size is very large when we are comparing to the function. See here, the function, what it will do, if the program we are calling a function, at the call time only the controller will transfer or the controller will jump to that function definition part. After completing the definition part, it returns some value. That return value will given by the function. So here for each and every time, suppose if you are calling the function 10 times, for each and every time the function, the controller will jump to the definition part. After it execute that function and it return back to the our source code, main code. So here in macro it is not like that. See, if you are calling 10 times, the code will be expanded up to that. So memory wise, if you see this preprocessor, it will occupy the large memory when you are comparing to the function. So this is the two main difference between the function and the macro.